Leaving the farm just now. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. A lot of stuff going on at the farm. I got to look at a lot of babies today. Went with a few horses. I jogged another horse today that wasn't a baby. Her name is Globetrotting. She looked fantastic on the track today. Looked very good. I'm going to draw blood on her tomorrow. Now, the whole point for today's video is, again, we're going to continue to talk about Harrisburg. Had a lot of clients send me back emails saying they weren't interested. Maybe they have what they were looking for, and maybe they weren't, but you know what? I don't know if you can really count on me, any particular person participating, which is great. That's helpful information. We also had a lot of people message me back. Yes, I'd like to get involved. And as per our conversation, our video yesterday, let me know where they would like to end up. Now, the three partnership groups, the partnerships that I'm looking to build are for $50,000, so that would be $500 a share, U.S. funds, which would have an umbrella of $50,000, much like we did with Ontario, much like we did with Lexington. The second partnership will be for $150,000. The reason being, I want to get as many people in as we can, and the sale doesn't seem as top heavy as it was. I think there will be a lot of value there, and I think for the amount of money that I was looking to spend in Lexington and what we got for that money, I think we can even do a better job at Harrisburg. And that's not to say, again, nobody knows what's going to happen till next summer, but looking at the sales catalog, I see a lot of gaps, a lot of weird things in the sale. I can't help but thinking that there may be even more value to be found in Harrisburg. We're going to see soon enough. But I didn't want to also put together a partnership of $200,000 where it's $2,000 to get in. The difference of $500 is quite a difference for a lot of people. So I just thought it made more sense to have a $50,000 partnership, $150,000, and then obviously I'm still so surprised how many people are reaching out and wanting to get involved in that premium type horse. I don't know any other way to explain it. I can use the dumbed down way and say, hey, it's an expensive horse. Or I can use the polished up way and say, we're going to look at a premium horse. It's an expensive horse. That horse is going to be, I had said between 120 and 150, but of the 5 horses I have on my list, I could see us getting 3 of them. Not getting 3 of them, but 3 of them would cost, I think, around that 6-figure mark or maybe a little less. So there may not be a need to talk about up to 150, but at the same time, you know, if we got 2 of them, who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it's fair to budget for 120 to 150, and then we'll see what happens. But it is meant for one particular horse. I do have a list of 5 horses that really caught my eye that I thought, one, we could afford. There's some other ones that are just going to go too high. You guys know 3 Point Blue Chip Sister is going to go for a lot of money. We don't have to beat around the bush and pretend she's not going to. She's going to. So for the people saying, have you looked at her? Have you seen her video? Of course I've seen her video. I saw her video the first day it came out. I've seen the filly. I'm going to see her as soon as I get there, but she's going to go for a lot of money. So the 5, she's not on my list of 5, even though obviously she's in the back of my brain. I just don't think she is going to go for anywhere near us being able to afford her, nor should she. So reality has to set in. There are some horses that are just a little bit above that, those 5 horses, that realistic list that I put together. And that list may change a little bit when I get to Lexington, or when I get to Harrisburg. I may look at the horses on this list, say, kind of ordinary. Have the vet look at them, pass them or fail them. A lot can change, right? But I suspect on that list we'll find a horse that will suit everybody. And listen, I always give you guys the disclaimer. I'm going to give you the watered down version. You know, getting involved in an expensive horse is nothing more than an expense. It's a lot of money. And your hopes and prayers and dreams may, you know, get higher and higher and higher as they train down. But, you know, there's still heartbreak waiting for most of us in June and July. You know that. I'm one of them. I said nobody gets their heart broke more than me. But the love of the industry and the suspense that mounts heading into that qualifying and then those first stake races and then the staking season, you know, more times than not we get our heart broken. And that goes for every stable. The difference between every stable and our stable is I like to be upfront with everybody going in and saying, hey, you know the score. You know what's going on. You know the reality of horse racing. If we have clients that truly want us to buy an expensive horse, then I'll do the best I can to find you the best value and the best horse we can. I think we did a great job with 3 Point Blue Chip last year. It's not always going to happen. So we're going to try and do the same this year. Same sale, different venue. And we'll see if we can do our best. So I am surprised that so many people reach out, wanting to get involved with that 6-figure horse. But sure, I'm happy to work on all projects, whether they be with private breeders or people that I would gravitate more to. The model that I built, that I push all the time, which is a value-based $20,000 to $40,000, $50,000 type horse. But again, if there are people that want to get involved at a higher level, then sure, I'm more than equipped to look at those horses. But again, they have to be value-based, right? And I think it goes back to what I'd said last year with 3-Point Blue Chip. There's a horse that I thought would bring $250, $300, and when the opportunity presented itself for us to buy him for $115, I just thought even at that number, there was value there. And I still think there is. So, enough about that. We are building the 3 partnerships. Kelly's going to be sending the forms out in the next couple of days. I already have a quite extensive list of people that want to get involved in that. So if you want to be involved in any of those partnerships, 50, 150, or that 6-figure horse, then let me know. And I'd be happy to put your name down, and Kelly will be happy to add your name to the forms. It just gives me an idea. Listen, if I get to Harrisburg and there's 9 people interested in the $50,000 horse and 19 people interested in the 150, I'm going to have to pivot, right? I can't go there. I appreciate the fact that you had reached out and said, hey, I want to be involved. That's awesome. And I truly appreciate it. But if we can't get upwards of 60 or 70% spoken for before I get to the sale, it really handcuffs me, right? I can't just put that money out there. I don't have it to put out there. So I think you guys know now, this is a year we've tried to change things up a little bit. But for the people that were skeptical, that thought that they were going to be left out in the dark and in the rain, I don't think you were. I think everybody got what they really wanted at the end of the day. And if you didn't yet, you will, I suspect, as the year goes on. So that's what we're trying to do for Harrisburg. I do appreciate the emails coming in, the messages, the calls from people saying I'd love to be involved, or, you know what, Anthony, I can't commit. I appreciate it on both ends. It gives me a fair picture of what we're working with heading into Harrisburg. So thank you very, very much. As I said, I jogged globetrotting today. She was awesome. Very happy with what I saw from her. If nothing else, and not shocking, Ron Burke has her in tremendous shape. She looks very, very good. Looked as good or better than when we sent her to him. So that's good. We'll draw her blood tomorrow and see what's going on. I suspect that will be very telling when we get those levels back from her blood. Yes was good this week. As I said, this week I'm not going to drive Yes for no other reason than he's in really tough and he drew the outside, right? I can leave here in the morning, drive to, if he's in the 3rd or 4th, drive to Northfield Park, race him and make it back at a reasonable time. Not a big deal to me. When you're talking about the 9th race, you're talking about me getting home at 2:30 in the morning. That's not cool. And, especially when I know he's going to have it tough. Listen, we all want to know that Yes can win every week. When you draw 6 and you draw outside, when you draw north of 3 or 4 very, very tough individuals at Northfield Park in Cleveland on a half-mile track, what are you going to do? Some days you're going to draw the rail, some days you're going to draw the outside. And this week we do the 6-hole, which isn't a life sentence, not a death sentence. But it's difficult. It's a tricky situation. So I just told Jason, listen, list whoever you want. Best driver. He's a pretty easy horse to drive now. He's been racing good for us. Just don't hurt him. So I think that's what we're looking at for Sunday. Really just damage control, right? We drew bad. Let's get the most we can get. So that's what's going on with Yes. 3-Point Blue Chip has entered as of 2 days ago. 3 days ago, entered the Jim King stable. Jimmy trained him, said he loved him. Just what we said. He said, I was stuck out there and I went to go a slow mile with him by himself. No slow miles by yourself. He said, I could tell as soon as I turned him, he didn't want any part of training by himself. So I just waited till somebody else came out. He said he trained like a monster. He said, really, really nice horse. The supplemental fee has been paid. So for my partners, our partners on 3-Point Blue Chip, thank you very much for sending that in. Very, very helpful. What else? James will be going down to drive him next Thursday in Dover. So we have the supplemental fee paid. We have everything in place. The horse is great. The only question now is getting the race bike there. They left the race bike at Yonkers. That would be like leaving my wallet in a bar somewhere in, I don't want to use a city and be mean, an unsavory place. So hopefully the bike ends up back in, I want our bike to make sure it ends up in Delaware for sure. So both Rob Herman and Jimmy are looking into that right now. High Gear No Fear is going to train hard on Tuesday. They're going to rescope him to see how they look. They think they've got the bacteria, the infection, whatever you want to call it, under control. So going to school him. No, going to train him hard on Tuesday because they draw Tuesday for that race. Jason's going to train him. They're going to scope him, see how he looks. But it looks like he'll be racing next weekend. We'll see how he comes. So I'm glad that we looked into this. I'm glad we got to the bottom of it. Maybe a little more telling for a few more horses than we think in our barn. So this is something we're going to be on the lookout for from now on. As I said, I didn't tell you. I told everybody I went to race yesterday at Northfield. I was in a big hurry to get there. Didn't get there for my Jazz's qualifier. I was told she qualified well, but I did get there for the schoolers. I schooled Northern Blizzard in 59. He was awesome yesterday and looked good. Schooled So and Sue also in 59. Now we cheated a little bit. We TQ'd So and Sue for the schooler. Very nice filly to drive when she's TQ'd, but we won't be able to race on that same tranquilizer. So we're looking for maybe some herbal stuff that we can put in her feed that maybe take the edge off her. Still running in the last turn, so I'm curious what the hell's going on there. Can't just be her mouth for that. Further we go, the more she gets on the line. Sounds a little bit like a stifle to me, like maybe like a right stifle. So I had asked Jason to have the vet look at that. Where's she going to race her next start? I don't know yet. Might be the Meadows, might be Ontario. I don't think it'll be Northfield just yet. Although it's her home track, I'd like to get her on a bigger track, especially since that right line stuff is bothering me. I'd like to get her on a big track. So we might bring her home. You know, Carmen Osceola's actually been asking for a horse back. He did really well with War We Welcome. He said, I'd like to get a trotter. Now there's a 2-trot. Geez, we got a horse that hopefully will be exiting that class soon. I'll talk to Carmen. I'll talk to Jason. We'll find So-and-so home real soon and some racing for her real soon also. Northern Blizzard, much better. A little bit left line. That's that left hind ankle, left stifle a little bit. These are pesky things that bothered him a little bit going on, but that will be sorted out. Right front, running in the turns, but that's that nasty foot separation he had. Further we went, the more he got on it, but he was very strong doing his work. So he's going to be qualifying Wednesday. I want to be able, if we're racing anything at the Meadows, I've asked him, please, can you ask them to get the race in before race 4? If I can race before the 4th on Wednesday, I can get back to qualify at Northfield Park. So that was my ask to Tim. They draw tomorrow. Hopefully we get that sorted out. As you can tell now, I am going back to the Meadows and back to Ohio for Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I'll be back home Wednesday evening because Thursday morning, Amy and James leave to go. And I'm going to hold Tom Grossman. I'm going to hold him to it. He said, if Amy wants to go with 3-point blue chip, I'll fly her down. I'm sending him the bill. I'm sending you the bill, Tom. You're getting it. So Amy knows where everything goes on 3-point blue chip and knows the horse really well also. He's a bit of a sulky bugger, so seeing a familiar face, especially a pretty one, will maybe sweeten him up too for the final. So James and Amy will be heading down to Dover next Thursday for our boy 3-point. She'll come right back, and then I'm trying my hardest to talk her into, she's had such a tough year, and I know she loves to just, listen, everybody likes a break, right? She loved Lexington, and I know she'll love Dover, even though it's just one day back and forth. And I'm trying to convince her to go to Harrisburg with me, and she deserves to go to Harrisburg with me. So I hope she can. I know she's, worried about Ava didn't do as well on her math test last week. Apparently I'm not as good a tutor as Mummy. But I think Ava just got ahead of Daddy, drawing pictures and playing games rather than doing her math homework. And I know that Amy was concerned about it, but listen, she's a mom, right? She's a mom first and foremost. I'm a dad first and foremost. But I would really like to get her to Harrisburg for a week, so trying to convince her to come with me. So Harrisburg will be heading out Saturday morning. Now, before we go to Harrisburg, I promised you guys we're going to do the drone on November 5th. That's a Friday. Can we do something in Ohio? I knew a lot of people would ask. Listen, I won't make any promises, but this is what I'm trying to do. I'm going to drive back from the Meadows to Northfield on Tuesday evening, even though we're racing nothing. Wednesday, I'm going to get up early, and I'm going to go to the track. Hopefully, the video staff can come in, and I'll see if we can get the babies that are left in the Ohio babies that are left in Northfield right now on the track Wednesday. I got to leave by 9:30 to go to. So this is what my Tuesday, Wednesday is going to look like for you. by the way. Tuesday, I'm going to go race at the Meadows, and I'm going to make my way back to Northfield Park. Now, I have a place to live. Don't have to worry about that. I'm going to stay at my second home that I've rented Tuesday evening. Get up at 7:30, maybe 7 on Wednesday morning. Race, go and train the babies under the video crew, hopefully, on Wednesday morning. If they can come in, if we can get them in. No promises yet, but this is what I'm trying to put together. Go with the babies on Wednesday. Get in the car, drive right to the Meadows. Race whoever we have in race 2-3, hopefully. Drive right back to Northfield Park. Qualify Northern Blizzard. Race Wednesday evening. If we have horses to race Wednesday evening at Northfield Park. Get in the car, come straight home. I can't have my truck with me because my truck is going to be getting fixed. You guys may or may not remember. I think I made a video about it. A lady pulled out in front of me when I was home a couple of weeks ago, and the old Sierra just engulfed her, just gobbled her right up, and put a little ding on the front corner of my truck. So the insurance company, obviously it wasn't my fault, the insurance company has asked that we drop the truck off next Monday. It's a 4-day repair. They got to do the bumper now. Everything's so extensive now these days. They got to do the bumper and stuff. So I won't have my truck with me until we go to Harrisburg. May as well take my truck down. If I'm going to drive there, I may as well take the trailer down, I suppose. So we're going to go down to Harrisburg with the truck and trailer. Amy and I believe Steve wants to come. That's the plan for next week, and then spend the week in Harrisburg. I know a lot of people also asking, are we buying any race horses? Nothing on my radar yet. There's a couple of horses on OnGate I'm watching today, actually, but nothing's on my radar today yet. Does that mean we're not buying horses? Of course we're going to buy horses. I told you guys we're selling horses, and I'd like to replace some of the horses that fit in lower classes, right? Horses with opportunity. Now, does that mean we're not going to buy any good horses? No, that doesn't mean that either. We're going to buy some good horses also. If a horse comes up that is going to do us some good, that looks like a high gear, no fear type, or a yes type, and we can buy that horse for Ontario or Ohio or Pennsylvania at a reasonable price, then that horse is going to be on my radar. Goes without saying. I got no problem with that. What's this particular human doing? Trying to get in the Starbucks drive-through lineup. This Starbucks thing printing money. So that's the plan. I would definitely not say we're not buying a racehorse, but I would say that it would have to be the right racehorse, right? And they'll be selling those types of horses. We're not the only stable, guys, that are selling the non-winners of 3, non-winners of 4 types. We're not the only ones selling non-winners of 2 or maiden types. We're not, but other people will be. What I'd like to do, theoretically, is trade in horses like Tipsy and Dixie at top value and buy horses that are non-winners of 2 horses at a lower value, a value-based purchase. In a perfect world, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to, buy low, sell high, and it's the best way to do it. That's the plan for us this fall. Does that mean that those horses are at Harrisburg? It's possible. There's a couple of them on gate right now that I'm bidding on that I haven't told anybody about. There's no point discussing them until I get them. There's thousands of people out there looking at these horses. So that's the plan for next Tuesday, Wednesday. Go to Ohio, go to the Meadows, race in the Meadows, not the drone, but video the babies the next day under video. Go to the Meadows for Wednesday afternoon. Come back. Qualify Northern Blizzard Wednesday afternoon, race at Northfield Park Wednesday night, come back to Ontario Wednesday after the races, and then try not to turn into a zombie as my wife goes to Dover on Thursday. So that's the plan for next week. And then when all that shakes down, when our boy 3 Point's done racing, when Amy comes back home on Thursday or Friday, at that point, head to Harrisburg. So it all circles back to Harrisburg. Please, if you have the time, take the time to think about it, discuss it with your wife. Do not stretch yourself. But if you want to be involved in Harrisburg, please let me know. Because every person that says, I'm involved, obviously if we have 100 people that want to buy 1% of the $150,000 or the $50,000 bucket, it's fine. If we have 60 or 70 people, that's great too. But I can't head there in all good faith with 18 to 20 to 30 shares sold, percentage sold. It puts me in a bad spot. I've done a great job, and you've done an even better job helping me do it all year. Having the confidence to buy in an appropriate manner, this is just an extension of the rest of the year. So if you have an inclination that you want to be involved in any capacity in any of the 3 partnerships, 50, 150, or the expensive horse, then let me know, because we'd be happy to indulge you. We'd be happy to partner up with you. So that's your video for today. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to school Duke Deal. First time on Lasix. We'll see how he goes. And I'll likely have a video again for you then. Lots of videos heading into the last big sale of the year. So we get everything rounded up. I just can't believe the year we had. I can't believe the horses we have in the barn. I'm just really, really pumped about the remainder of 2021 and most definitely heading into 2022. So I will talk to all you very, very soon. Chilly day here. Probably chilly where you're at also, unless you're in Florida. Hope you're having a great day. Take care. Bye.